We back, man. It's been like 3 weeks, man. It's been way too long. Way too long. Gosh, I don't know where to start with all this because we've been gone for a minute. Actually, first, let me just get the little disclaimer out the way first. Part of the reason why we've been out for so long is because I kind of got the flu right now. So if you hear me sniffling or coughing during the episode, I apologize. I'm fighting right now. This is my Jordan flu game right now. But after 3 weeks, we had to get back together and get episode to you guys. So
MJ.
We're going to see right now. We're going to see how the episode goes. If I'm MJ, the fans will let us know. So with that being said, we'll go on to the show and welcome everybody. Episode 48, Section 300. Appreciate y'all for waiting it out and finally being back with us again. Section 300, real fans talk real life. We talk about sports and music and all the things that go on around those things and bring great dialogue to them. So appreciate you guys for waiting for us, and we appreciate you guys for now tuning back in as we're back now 3 weeks later for a new episode. So find us wherever you listen to podcasts, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, here on YouTube. Subscribe, drop comments, review, all that kind of good stuff for us. We appreciate all the love. Find us on IG at Section.300. Find us on Twitter at Section300pod. Find me, I'm your host, Garrett Thomas. Find me at GThomas7 everywhere. And then find Alec at Alec R. Foster on IG. So that's out the way. Again, thank y'all. And now, 3 weeks later, we're back.
Right.
Where do you want to start with everything?
Might as well start with the NFL. Had some big games going on today, and
Yes, sir. Y'all see what's going on, man. Hey, another week in the office. It's good to get challenged sometimes. You know, you don't want to just breeze through the league and have every game just be a blowout. It's good to face some adversity and still hold on. So today we just
at the end.
Exactly. We played the Bills today and almost gave the game up to them. It was 24-9 at one point, and then they came back and got a touchdown with a 2-point conversion, and then we couldn't score. Yeah, the Bills had a chance to score at the end, but our defense held on and shut it down. So we're able to win, and that clinches us to for the playoffs and our division as well, I believe. So we're in great shape, and I love where we're at. So all the Bills fans, Big Kahuna OG from Mutant Academy, I talked to a little bit before the game. He was talking shit. I saw Benny from Griselda. He was at the game trying to boost up his team. Y'all tried, man. I see what y'all tried to do, but my boys are on a roll right now. So we held it down and got the dub. So another great day for the Ravens.
You think Lamar has got a stranglehold on that MVP right now?
I think he looked shaky today. Okay. So if Russell Wilson has another great game against the Rams tonight, Russell could jump ahead. But for the moment, I'll say Lamar is still at the top. So I wouldn't necessarily call it a stranglehold, but he's still number one in the leaderboard.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and with that, it's just funny too because over these last few weeks that we've been gone, there's been a lot of discussions just about Lamar and how he's kind of changed the game a little bit. He's changed the mold of what we consider quarterbacks. Also, in this game we just had today with Josh Allen, he's another one of these dual threat type quarterbacks who's led the Bills to a 9-3 or now 9-4 record and has surprised a lot of people and making people look at this whole dual threat quarterback a whole lot different these days. So Lamar's at the head of that, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. So
I hope he continues doing that. Lamar's getting Heisman football too. So.
Oh my God, that was just so dumb, bro. It's dumb. I don't feel like even going deep diving that too much. It's nonsense. Like I don't know how you try to make that a valid point. He came out today with the white sleeves and white glove, kind of as a subtle nod, like, hey, I can do this with or without the skin. Like, black don't make a difference. And while admittedly he did struggle a little bit, he still was able to get the job done. So black skin, white sleeves, whatever the fuck he wants to have on, he still gets the job done. No matter how he's looking. So that point is nonsensical. So
just the way that the media sometimes talks about like black quarterbacks is ridiculous. Like they come up with playing backyard football and all this kind of stuff when Lamar like makes a play with his legs or whatever.
They come up with every excuse to not give him his credit.
Right.
Like every week it's something else. Oh, well, yeah, he did that, but he threw 3 touchdowns. But it's like every week there's some other bullshit they try to come up with. But he just keeps on producing and keeps getting these W's.
He's been the most efficient QB like in the game this year.
Exactly.
And he's about to break Michael Vick's rushing record for QB probably next week.
Yeah.
He's crossed 1,000 yards. So
very, very happy for his success. Very happy for the Ravens' success. Big fan. Love what I'm seeing from all of that, and I hope it continues. Not going throughout the rest of the league, though. We had some other things that went on these last few weeks in regards to some major headlines that we got. First off, our last episode, we talked with Josiah Johnson about what was going on with Kaepernick before the whole situation went down. And we've now seen the aftermath of that. Kaepernick has not gotten an opportunity since then. People were reporting that people like Stephen A. Smith said if he had just gone through and did and just followed with the NFL's orders, he would have a job within 2 weeks. But then it came out that there were things going on with waivers and things that were trying to manipulate Kaepernick to sign things to give up his rights in a little bit, so he couldn't continue to go after the NFL for the blackballing he's been
and you know it's false too, because one of the receivers from his workout, I believe, got a job with the team. So like
right,
working the venue and all that had nothing to do with him getting picked up by a team.
Yeah, so it's been real nasty how they continue to treat him. It's been real unjust and unfair, and the blackballing has continued. He showed, and the funny thing is, regardless of how Kaepernick went about the workout, whether it's in the facility or at the high school down the road, when we saw the film, he looked like an NFL quarterback. I don't care what other stuff is going on. He looked like an NFL quarterback. And on these days where we have all these third string quarterbacks showing up and putting duds on the board every week. We have all these injuries going on across the league with quarterbacks. And people are scrambling, trying to find anybody to get under center. We have somebody's a legitimate quarterback still sitting out there, ready to play, wanting to play, and that could be a legitimate contributor. And he's not being getting opportunity because of things off the field. And it's been real ridiculous. So yeah, it's real unfair how they continue to treat him. Yeah. Really, really got to turn that around. I really hope that he gets a shot. He's still I believe he's only like 31 years old, so he still has years to continue to push to get back in the league if he wants to do so. So we'll see how it all unfolds going forward. But for now, the treatment is still going on, and he's out. So rooting for him and hope he gets back in the league. On that same token, someone else who's actually not on the same token, he's out of the league for other reasons. But Antonio Brown has been on his apology spree, trying to get right with the league and get back on the NFL roster. I just turned to my screen right now, and can y'all see my dog back here? She all up on the bed and stuff behind me, all crazy. But also, I turned back to my TV as well, though, and the Patriots are down 7-10 to the Chiefs, and something that's been lingering for them has been their struggle with finding good receivers on that roster. While Edelman gets the job done and Phil Dorsett is good at times, they need somebody else that can hold it down for them. Brady's been real frustrating things, and that's why Brady was damn near willing to let Antonio Brown stay in his home for a while because he needed just somebody that could really make a difference on the offensive side. So
Giselle while they played,
right? God, man, hey, man, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, you allow him some. You do whatever you got to do to get him back on the field. So Tom was trying to help him out, but even with that, all these cases continue to pop up, and Antonio Brown is out of the league this year and for the time being. So he
has no one to blame but himself, to be honest.
At this point,
I can see that now, like with the apology spree and the Instagram posts talking about how rough it's been the past couple of weeks and needing to self-reflect and could have went about things in a different way, all that. Like, I think he sees now that he kind of messed up because they're definitely the Patriots took a shot on him, but then he had off the field stuff with cases and whatnot affecting him. So now he probably, I think he will get another shot, but
he's a top 5 receiver when he's played.
Yeah.
So when you're that elite of a level, and you're a Hall of Fame level receiver, you're going to get a shot at some point. So he has to be patient, stop begging like he appears to be doing right now.
Yeah.
Continue to work, and if he's serious about his degree, wherever the fuck that was a few weeks ago, go get your degree during this downtime. I don't know. Do something, but just stop being on Instagram complaining all day long. I mentioned before how I was trying to root for him and be a fan of his. Some of the antics have not completely pushed me away, but it has been real frustrating to see how he continues to do. So hopefully things turn around, and I hope you're right and that this is a true awakening and that he can get right and get back in the league. So rooting for him, rooting for Kaepernick, and hoping we get to see them both in NFL jerseys next year. So looking forward to all of that. And yeah, that's the big stuff I wanted to just with NFL. Also, I mentioned the Patriots earlier with Antonio Brown. Also with the Patriots, someone else that we mentioned was a while ago was Gronkowski. And Gronkowski pump faked the whole league a few weeks ago. He had this big announcement he was gearing up for. People were like, oh, here we go. He's coming back to the league. He's going to help the Patriots out. They need all the help they can get. Now it's perfect timing. They're getting ready for a playoff push. And everybody's sitting waiting for a day or two right before he made his announcement. And he came out and he was like, yeah, I'm not returning. I'm just going to have a Super Bowl party before the Super Bowl. Yeah, he had everybody on edge for a couple of days. And it was funny to see.
I've seen him on a couple of the like NFL talk shows.
Right.
Kind of trying his hand at that. He's not the best, but
he's not good at all. But he's trying to do some kind of transition. So him being the party animal that he is, doing Super Bowl parties and things, that's more of his lane. Being the analyst, leave that for the Tony Dungy's and Ronnie Harrison's, those guys who've been doing it for years and doing a pretty good job. So stay off TV with that. But it was funny to see his pump fake a couple weeks ago. So.
Did you catch any of the I know it was at the same time as the Ravens game, but the 49ers Saints game?
I didn't see any of that. I saw the stats going across the bottom line. That game was crazy. Did you see any of it?
Yeah, I watched pretty much all of it. It was a shootout from the beginning. It was like first two drives, Saints scored Jared Cook, and then he got a concussion, so he was out for the rest of the game.
Real quick. I might as well just go to our fantasy talk in the midst of this as well. We're fighting real hard right now to get in the playoffs. My team went from 7-2 to 7-6. I had this dominant team that I put together: Barkley, Fournette, Matt Ryan. Who else do I have? Nick Chubb, Galladay, Lockett. They've been putting up duds for the past 4 weeks. I've been losing because of that, but they came back around. Are doing pretty well today. However, I'm playing a dude that had Jared Cook on his team, who had Mike Evans, and they both went down in the first quarter. So that saved me a lot. So
that did, because they were off to great starts too.
Even though Cook already put up 20 points in that first quarter, him going down afterwards gave me some relief. So not that I was injured on anybody, but just saying, like, fantasy-wise, thanks. But yeah, now go back to the game as you were talking about before.
Yeah, it was a shootout. Garoppolo was looking good. Who else? I forget his first name, but Mostert, something like that. I think
it's Ryan Mostert, something like that. Yeah.
He was eating for them. I mean, they have their three-headed monster there. Coleman was out, but him and Breda were eating. There was really no defense, which also helped you because your opponent had the 49ers.
49ers got -8 points in hand. We appreciate that too. Needed that help a lot.
Yep. So, but it was a great game. It ended up George Kittle got a big first down with less than a minute left. And then the 49ers kicked a field goal to win it, 48-46. And I think that's the most points put up by anyone combined this season. So it'll be great to see if they get another matchup late in the playoffs in the NFC.
Definitely.
That was a crazy game, back and forth. Touchdown.
The 49ers look real good, and they're the ones that won, right? They won 48-40, I believe, was the final score.
48-46, yep.
46, yeah. So they held on and got the dub and looked real good, and I like that because it also boosts the Ravens a little bit. We beat them last week in the very close game. I think that's a Super Bowl preview we got last week between those two. So the 49ers bouncing, continuing to look really good. Further is my prediction, and I think we may see it. So love what I see from I'm seeing from them. And yeah, they were still kind of a surprise for the whole league. We did not see that coming, but I love what they're doing. So very, very interested to see how this last quarter of the season goes. So definitely gonna stay tuned for all of that.
Definitely.
A couple other things I wanted to mention as well. I don't know the full situation, but I want to send prayers out to Terrell Pryor. He was stabbed and in critical condition for a little while. There was some incident that went on, I believe it was last week, that had him in the hospital for a little while. So hopefully that all is worked out. Excuse me.
No, I didn't see an update, but I believe it was an altercation between him and his girlfriend or something like that, where she ended up stabbing him.
I'm not going to deep dive nothing. All I know is dude got stabbed, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not
going to deep dive. I'm just
whatever details you got, go ahead and report it. I'm not touching that. So
no, I'm just saying I don't know if we've had an update as far as like his condition. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you. So yeah, prayers out to him. Hopefully that whole situation gets resolved, wherever the case may be with that. And that's it with y'all prior. Also, it's been now, I was going to say it a couple weeks ago, but it's been a year and 3 weeks now since Alex Smith broke his leg in that game last year. So he's continuing to rehab. He shared the video. It's been a struggle for him to say the least, but he seemed to fight back. And I don't know if he's going to get back in the league because that type of injury is crazy. And also, he was on the Redskins, who now have Dwayne Haskins. So he might have lost his spot already, even though Dwayne has been kind of shaky.
Yeah.
But still, after an injury like that, usually guys aren't supposed to recover from that and get back in the league. So it'll be a miracle when he does. I'm rooting for him, and I hope he can find a spot somewhere in the league and get back. So that's definitely injuries like that are stuff you hate to see in the league, and I hope that he can get right with that. So. Major shout out to him for his push and efforts to get back on the field. So do want to do that. And also another Redskin I wanted to bring up, this will transition us to a couple other things as well, is Sua Cravens. And I'm not going to speak too detailed about his situation. I don't know much about it, but I saw there was a scare a few weeks ago. He tweeted some things and shared some things that had a lot of people on edge. So with that, I wanted to really transition from him and not talking too much about him because I don't want to speak too much on no other man's situation.
Who is that, though?
Sua Cravens. He was a safety, played for USC a while back, and then got drafted to the Broncos, I believe. Then from the Broncos went to the Redskins, where he was at last. So
is he a current NFL player or just
not anymore? He was there he was in the league for a couple years trying to figure things out, and from day one he appeared to be struggling with some things, but now he's out of the league and
stable kind of thing,
something along those lines from what I saw. So excuse me, sorry,
you're fine.
Sick of my ass, but he's been struggling with some things, and there was a scare a few weeks ago, and with that, I just want to talk about the wasn't how to describe it, just the weight of the game and the real side of being an athlete, and then for him, who's at USC as well, just being a student athlete as well. This stuff, being an athlete is not easy, even from my small taste that I got while I playing high school and things and college for just a small while. Mm-hmm. The pressures that are on you 24/7 are crazy, and it definitely weighs down on a lot of guys. People we've seen in recent years, guys like DeMar DeRozan and Kevin Love in the NBA step up and speak about the anxieties that they have, right. And that's something that but that's something that they spoke up about, and I'm sure it's something that's prevalent for many other guys in the league.
Everybody
just had a couple days ago. Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now. There was a story of former NFL player George Atkinson III, who RIP to him, he committed suicide a couple days ago, I believe. After a few months after his brother just died of the same thing. So when pressures like that can really mess guys up, and you hate to see the result that we have there, but it shows that just the weight of the game and the weight of life alongside the game, it's very hard for a lot of guys to handle. We've had guys recently also like Matt Barnes and I think it was Steven Jackson's talking about how they may even smoke or do whatever to calm them down before games because they have all types of anxieties that weight them down. So anxiety and the mental health issues that are prevalent that we see across the world today are do not disappear when it comes to the sports world. They're there as well, and it needs to be acknowledged and protected better. So I just wanted to send love to Sua Cravens and all those in any sport that are dealing with any of these mental issues, trying to fight through their anxieties and mental health problems, because it's not an easy fight to fight, and it can get real dark at times, and you just got to continue to hope. I really pray that you have a circle around you or some ways where you can continue to push through and just, I don't know the best point, but just get better and continue to do what you do best, and that's perform on the field. So yeah, love to everybody that's trying to perform on these big stages. So
I know last year too last month was Movember, and during that month they I think to raise money because every 60 minutes 60 men commit suicide, something like that.
Right.
Mental health is clearly something that affects everyone. You may have friends who seem strong, seem like they're doing all right, but internally go through the things. Right. It's definitely important to have that circle, that community around you, and to communicate with those people who do care about you.
So, definitely. So yeah, again, prayers to everybody, and I hope we can continue to see more care being taken for these issues. So yeah, on that same token, something I've noticed as well, going from NFL to music actually, is that Summer Walker has blown up in recent months. Yeah. And alongside that, people have become very critical of her social anxiety that she is not shy of speaking up about.
Yeah, especially when it comes to her performing. Her show. Yeah.
Exactly. She is someone who is not shy about where she's come from. She's mentioned how she was a stripper in the past and things of that nature.
Right.
She's very open in her music and candid just about everything that goes on in her life and things of that nature. So when you have someone that pours their heart out on Instagram or in their music and things, and you see them in person and they have this kind of awkwardness to them, it kind of throws you off. And people have been very critical of her in past months. People have been mocking her, saying how you have social anxiety, but you were this, or how you have social anxiety, but did that, and this, that, and the third. And I just want to say that that social anxiety, you can't. There's no template to anxiety. Like people have it and handle it different. Everybody does not you have anxiety, so every time you're out, you get to be covered up and head down and just sad all the time.
Right.
People have anxiety and still go out at times to have a good time. People can still have anxiety and get behind the mic and pour their hearts out. So her having anxiety and then her doing whatever she has done over her life for these past months or whatever the case, they're not contradictory. They can still go hand in hand. So yeah, people have been very funny with that. It's been really annoying to be honest, because they've been continuing to mock her for the way she handles herself in the public compared to whatever the case, whatever kind of stuff they come up with.
They've been very insensitive towards whatever she may be going through personally.
Definitely.
And I mean, I get it. Like you said, as fans, you want to see your favorite artists perform. You want to see them live and in person, especially if you love their music like that. But you can't. I don't know. You're putting them in a tough position. Like as an artist, as Summer Walker, I would be like, if y'all want to cuss me out and talk bad on my name because you don't like how I perform, I'm not gonna do as many shows. I would probably become more of a hermit, I guess.
Right.
More inside, more just produce the albums that you love, but you're not gonna see me too much if this is the treatment I'm gonna get from the people who are supposed to be my fans. So
every artist is not a performer. There are people that make great music. We talked about with the whole Drake situation, that vlog. Now people thought it was going to be Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean is someone who stays behind the scenes a lot of the time and just pops every once in a while, but still stays real low key. We just got Party Next Door, who just dropped a couple of new songs recently, and he's not out performing 24/7. He stays in the background for a lot of time. So
and he's talked about his anxiety before, hasn't he?
I believe so. So with people, there are ways to maneuver with whatever you have. So I don't see anything wrong with what she's doing. I think we just have to continue, as I mentioned with the sports things, just continue to get a better understanding of mental health and all of that, and how to better react to it rather than attacking it. So yeah. Hopefully, much more success continues to go Summer Walker's way. Hopefully, she continues to do her thing. Hopefully, she doesn't fall into this, doesn't make anything worse. Hopefully, she has a good group around her that could keep her strong, because the attacks online on a constant basis are frustrating for me. And I have no attachment to her. I can't even imagine being her herself. So Yeah, which I heard the best. And
he put out a great album that most everyone.
Definitely. So, yeah, definitely a fan of hers, and hope things go well. And that same kind of light, though, we just had today. Juice WRLD just passed away from a seizure this morning, and it's just real sad to see. We mentioned a while ago. What album was he on? It wasn't Dreamville. He was on something.
So much fun.
Huh?
It was so much fun, right?
Oh, so much fun! Yeah, we were like, yo, I kind of like Juice WRLD now. Like he was really starting growing up the whole lot. So yeah, with that, I went and started listening to his music a little bit. Got a new ear to his music and enjoyed some of the things that I heard. Definitely understood why he had such a large fan base. Definitely understood why he had a #1 song for a little while with that Lucid Dream song. Definitely understood why he was heralded like he was. So also something I saw today too. He was a great freestyler, man. Like he can get on any beat and just starts just spazzing. You can put stuff in front of him, he would make a bar on the spot about it. He was one of those type rappers. So losing a talent like that is very rough, and I pray for his family and all those connected to him, because you hate something like that.
Yeah,
going into a new decade. Actually, no, he's not even going there yet. He just turned 21 like 6 days ago.
Yeah.
So losing someone that young is insane, and you really, 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 really hate to see that. So really praying for all those connected to him, and hope they can find just some kind of peace amidst all this, because I know it's not going to be easy. And I saw someone scheme as a slump god with someone who was close to him.
Right.
He lost. He was close with X as well, and losing X, and then Juice WRLD now has been difficult for him. So hopefully things work out for him. Hopefully hopefully this doesn't really mess him up. He can bounce back and stay strong amidst all of this. So
I've seen a lot of love for him poured out on social media, and not too much negative shit being said about him. So I think that's pretty good to see.
I've seen foolishness, to be honest, but I just did feel like addressing it. I just want to send my condolences to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you're always gonna have love, but I've seen definitely an outpouring of love that I didn't even like. I knew people were big fans, especially the younger crowd of Juice WRLD, but it seems like he's touched a lot of people. So nice to see people pouring out their love.
He was another one of the young dudes that had the kids on lock. So definitely people are definitely affected by this, and yeah, it's gonna be rough for a little while. So again, prayers to everybody that's connected to him.
Yeah. On that same token, too, I don't know if you wanted to talk much about this, but the whole situation with Golding's post about Mac Miller was nasty.
It's just insensitive, bro.
Yeah. Very.
I don't
stop talking about the dead, especially in a negative light. Like,
if
you wanted to praise him or just say I miss you, bro, like cool, but to talk about him having his head down and maybe taking some music ideas from you, and it was just nasty.
It was nasty, yeah.
And I saw Anderson .Paak went to bat for Mac Miller. That was one of his bros, and that was very good to see. But just stop talking bad about the dead.
Yeah. Just nasty. I don't have anything else to add to that. You hit the nail on the head. So I'm gonna leave that alone and move on to the next thing. I knew you didn't really want to talk about it, but it was just it's been on my mind a little bit with the whole Ari Lennox situation. Another situation where people were clowning artists for their feelings, and people were getting on Ari Lennox because she was really, really mad that she didn't get a Soul Train award. It was just funny to me because you can't tell people what accomplishments to strive for. Everybody has different goals.
Right.
And one of her main goals was to get the Soul Train Award. She felt like this was a Black award by Black people for Black people. Soul Train. She felt like her album was soul. We mentioned before how we thought she had Be Emotional should have been one of the songs of the summer when it dropped.
Yeah.
She had great music, top to bottom, on there that did not get the acknowledgement that it deserved. And then for her to be in a situation at the Soul Train Awards and to lose to
Lizzo,
first to lose, and then to lose to Lizzo. We didn't really make a soul album. It was very much pop.
Yeah.
To lose to her just added more frustration to the situation.
I just want to say that Lizzo album ain't it. I mean, it might be it for some people, but I've heard a lot of songs off that album now that I'm like, ugh.
It's definitely not it for me, but I would say I feel like I've heard damn near every song on TV. Like every song is on a commercial or an ad or something. It's everywhere. Like
he's got that push. I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah,
definitely has the push and has taken over in a major way. So with that being the case, I guess the Soul Train Awards felt like they had to do some kind of way to acknowledge her. It just came at the detriment of Ari Lennox, which you hate to see. So, yeah, you again back to my original point. You can't really tell people what to strive for. That was what she really wanted, and put her whole effort into achieving. And for her not to get it, it really affected her. People were clowning her, saying, "Oh, it's Soul Train Awards, not the Grammys." But that also is like we continue to mock the Grammys, but then when someone doesn't get a Grammy, we make fun of them for not getting the Grammy. Like you can't have both sides.
It's weird. Like I definitely see both sides. Like you're a Grammy award-winning artist when you've got a Grammy, but like then we still mock the Grammys and say like they don't know what they're doing. They don't know, especially with hip hop. So yeah.
And then also to Ari's point, for her, we should be celebrating the Soul Train Awards or any of these Black awards should be our Grammys. We shouldn't boost up the Grammys and say, oh, they're not Black enough when we have Black award shows that can give us the awards. Mm-hmm. Like why we continue to your point, lift up Grammy winners but mock those that don't.
Right.
While also saying that the Grammys is not for us. It's very confusing when we have Black awards that can honor us in the right way. Right. So yeah, I really hope that we as we get into this next decade, we get a new look on all these awards and things. Award shows in general have always been kind of just have been politics for everybody. Whoever's putting the most money into their artists is going to get the award and things of that nature. So
I will say with the Grammys this year, though, I was very happy that YBN Cordae got nominated for, I think, Best Rap Album in that category with The Lost Boy. That was one of my favorite albums of the year, and I thought he deserved it. And it's great to see. I think he's 22, something like that. So with the debut album to get a Grammy nom is dope. And then hopefully Cole can get something this year. I think he will because he has so many nominations between the Dreamville album and solo stuff with Middle Child and that. But he's one of those people who he doesn't need the recognition because we respect Cole enough. But it's kind of crazy that he hasn't won anything at this point.
Right. And if he wins, or if it becomes known that he's going to win, do you think he shows up and accepts it, or is he going to let somebody else take the shine for that?
I think he shows up if it's like a Dreamville one.
Okay.
If not, if it's just him.
Right. Yeah, I think he's already shit enough on the Grammys to say, "Oh, you guys finally giving me the award." Like I think it's too late now for him to make it. So I don't expect him to be there. But yeah, it is good now to see him finally getting some type of recognition. Again, kind of to the Lizzo point, he has full push, has all the fans in the world and everything. So it makes sense for him now to get it. But he should have had that a while ago. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, very interesting to see how the reaction to all these awards and things and how it's all been going down. So
there's always an uproar to the Grammy noms every year.
All right, every year, it's a whole bunch of chaos and jokes and all of that. So definitely wanted to address that for a second. But now going just to us and what we talk about, I wanted to do my 5 for you list, and we're here talking about music. And I got damn near 3 weeks worth of music for you guys to check out. So, so a few really good lists I put together for you guys to check out for music in a miss. So a few weeks ago, we got a project from Oti Grito and Kenny Beats. We got a project from Mozzie and Sue Surf. Action Bronson and Alchemist put together a real good project. Say that again?
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, real good project that I enjoy called Lamb Over Rice. Go check that one out. This dude I found by name that I saw that drop named Raleigh. The project called Delwood Market. No Cap is another artist that's on the rise right now. Dropped a project called The Hood Dictionary. BJ the Chicago Kid dropped his 1123 deluxe edition of his album. Yeah. This girl by the name of Cash Page. Yeah, a couple more tracks to there. Real good album to begin with, and he added a few more real good songs to it for this deluxe. So check that out as well. And then we got Cass Page dropped a project called Parked Car Convos that I really enjoyed. Nice R&B for you guys. And then friend of the show, this girl by the name of Jen. I don't know how to say her last name, to be honest, but she's in this group called Sweet Taboo, and just a single called Used to It. That's been pretty good, and then just want to show a lot of love to her. Definitely a good single that she put out. So check out Sweet Taboo and the Used to It single that they dropped. So that was it from a couple weeks ago. Now going on to another one, we got Uncle John with another project called Lord Is God. He flipped the Kanye Jesus is King cover, where his was the blue one and Uncle John's is the red one. Right. And his first song is the flip of the Every Hour track that starts off Kanye's project. So really enjoyed that and the whole project. Uncle John, definitely one of my favorite rappers right now. He continues to deliver. And this is another great project that he dropped. So definitely check out Lord Is God, which is now streaming. The Griselda boy, I mentioned Benny and his Buffalo fandom a couple minutes ago with my Ravens, but he also collabed with his boys Westside Gun and Conway for What Machine Gun Do, their collab project that is the Griselda's just on the crazy.
Grimy as hell. Like, it was not my speed, but I mean they're rapping on there. So
no, bro, that's my speed. That's exactly my speed right now. So I love all of that.
Sound.
All their stuff, the run they're on right now, like they don't stop, and they've been killing shit all year long for the past couple of years, to be honest. And this is another great project in their discography. So definitely check out that project. Check out The Game. Everybody was shitting on him for his album cover, but that Born to Rap album actually was really good. I enjoyed a few tracks on
it. Album cover, but that was a good album.
Yeah, it was. So if this is his final album, as he announced it was, he went on a good note. There's a lot of good music on there, really good stuff. So check that out. Also, we got a project collab from Smoke DZA and Currency. Currency is another one of the underrated artists of this decade that's been killing shit for a long while. And him and Smoke DZA collab with this project called Prestige Worldwide that I really enjoyed. So check that out as well. Also, on the flip side, someone who might be a little overrated in my book, that might be a little hot take, but Fabulous dropped a project called Summertime Shootout 3. And man, it was just a lot.
I got through the whole thing.
I couldn't get through it, to be honest. It's weird because he has good beats. It's just his bars are so cringy to me at times. It's just like it makes you pause.
He's one of those punchline guys for sure.
It's a punchline guy who lost his touch with the punchlines. Like his punch. Like there's always the joke now where he's always the first one to get a bar based on the current events or whatever. See Juice WRLD past days we mentioned. He'll be the first one with a Juice WRLD bar. He'll have a Lamar Jackson bar like immediately. Like he's someone who always just trying to come up with something quick rather than that's good. So
him and Big Sean would be crazy.
Them two, like that's literally my comparison. He's like the older version of Big Sean to me. That's kind of where he's gotten to. Has a couple good projects that I enjoy, but the rest of it has pushed me away, and this did not help. So that was the Summertime Shootout. You can check it out for yourself. If you disagree, feel free to let me know. But yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. So Summertime Shootout 3 he dropped, and then going back kind of to the underground, this dude by the name of Mike. Kind of in that lo-fi wave, that Earl Sweatshirt wave, that Maddie wave I mentioned a few weeks ago as well. And the dude named Mike dropped a project or released a project called May God Bless Your Hustle, which actually came out in 2017, but he finally put it on streaming. I checked it out, and it's really good. One of the better, I guess that whole group you would call it the lo-fi, however you want to categorize them. But this is one of the better albums I've heard in that style. So definitely check that out, which is now streaming everywhere. Mike, May God Bless Your Hustle. So we were the project there. And then this week for albums, Roddy Ricch finally came through with an album. Please excuse me for being antisocial. Really enjoyed that. A lot of good stuff on there. I really solid project. I joked about it just off the one point that there were a couple of times where it sounded like he wanted that Thug feature or something, and he was like, I couldn't afford it or some shit, or I couldn't get Thug, and he was like, fuck it, I was doing myself. Like there was a few times like he sounded like just like Thug to me, and I kind of laughed at it, but even in those moments, it still was very enjoyable, and I really enjoyed the whole project, top to bottom. That War Baby check at the end was really good. He brought the choir and stuff, and I definitely enjoyed the whole thing. So. I love
that Meek Mill feature.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of good stuff on there. He got a couple hits on there that I think are going to take off. If not now, definitely going.
That's a Compton boy.
Yeah. So major love to him. Also staying on the West Coast, One Take J got a project called GOAT, Really enjoyed some things on there. Yeah, Kaylin for on there. Really enjoyed that one as well. Dude by the name of Nolan the Ninja dropped a project called Euphoria 2. Really enjoyed that. It was more of a beat tape. He wasn't really rapping a whole lot on there, but I listen to beat tape sometimes. And this was another one of those, and really enjoyed that. Another person I'm a big fan of is Sauce Walker. And Sauce Walker dropped a project called Sauce Girl Gospel 2. Another good project by him. If you like Sauce Walker and his style, this definitely is another great project in his discography, so check that out. Baby Smooth, who's continuing to rise right now to the project called Baby, literally. So check that out. And then Yeah Ali on the R&B side dropped Trap House Jodeci 2, which has got kind of some mixed reviews, but I enjoyed some of the stuff I heard on there. So again, check it out and make comments for yourself and let us know what you think. So that was it for my list.
The Max B project.
I didn't get to that actually. No, I saw that dropped and didn't get a chance to put it on my list, but I did see that and I'm happy that Max B's continuing to put out music because that's definitely one of the legends in this game. So I'm happy to see what he's doing.
Yeah, there was a couple. The French Montana album. I haven't listened to that. You said Skip?
He had No Stylist on there from like 3 years ago, bro. Like,
no Stylist and No Shopping on there. I was like,
that shit was like 3 years ago.
That's just for the street. That's the street. It was like, that's for the numbers, purely.
Cheating, literally. So yeah, I left that shit alone. So
yeah, and then there was Fat Joe and Dre dropped a project as well too.
Washed bars. I'm sorry, what you want me to say? I get that you respect the legends, but we also have to hold them up to a certain standard when they are legend status. And when you come out with a bad project, as someone who's supposed to be a legend, you gotta be held at least somewhat accountable. I get as a legend, you're allowed to be submissive, but like at the same time, like. I don't want you to continue to put out projects when it messes up your what is it called? Your legacy. So I'd rather not have heard the project that I got from him. So I'll leave it at that.
I think there was a couple more. Oh, did you listen to the Weekend tracks?
I didn't actually get to those. I didn't get to those yet. I was listening to Uncle John and everybody else for a while now, so I didn't get to them yet.
I like the vibe. It was kind of like Starboy-ish. I don't know if you like that album, but
solid.
Yeah. And then, the Camila Cabello album, I was actually fucking with. So, some R&B-ish for you.
Y'all can have that. That's not gonna be for me. I'll leave that alone. I can't go from Griselda to Camila Cabello. Like it's not.
If you're the Griselda, you definitely not gonna be a Camila Cabello.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm leaving that alone. You can have that one for sure.
Yeah, that was it.
That's it for music wise. Definitely a lot of great projects we've got. Over these last few weeks, definitely more projects on the way. Still haven't got the big names that we all hoping for. The Cole, the Kendrick, the Rihanna, the Drake, all the people that we thought were dropping, haven't got them. So maybe they're waiting for 2020 to release. But yeah, for now, project that we got is still good, but we're missing on the big names. So
we're gonna talk about if we're gonna do an end of the year wrap up sort of thing. But yeah, I think it's been a little disappointing as far as like the big names. Like I'm still like waiting for somebody. Like I told you, like I'm waiting for a Kendrick album. I'd love another Cole album. Like I'm waiting for those big names still to drop because we always have a ton of music now with the streaming age. We get albums every week, but a lot of them haven't like stuck to me and stayed in rotation for a long time. Minus like so much fun for me, really, right now. So,
I feel you.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we get some more music that really lasts and that could really be. That's funny. I always think about for some reason I always go back to DJ Khaled when he had to roll out for his project. Talking about making real hits. Like that's even though his album did not have the hits that he said it was. His rollout for that and saying we're not really getting hits anymore. That still resonates with me. So hopefully we get some real hits going into 2020 and all of that because, like you said, a lot of music, while it is good, it's not staying around for very long. So
the Tory album kind of came and went, or mixtape kind of came and went for me.
Same
stuff like that where it's like it's hot right then next week more stuff comes out and you're like,
And it's weird too because like with Tory, like you're waiting for it for a months for some people all year, and you get it here for a week and you're like, oh, this is it. All right, next. So it's just like people don't know how to. I wouldn't say they don't know how to. But it's very hard for people to capitalize on their hype right now. Everybody has it for a little while, and then they get a big moment, and then it drops off. So hopefully people can can continue to build on the success going into next year. Because we what did they say on nothing was the same. Cool. Only real music is gonna last. All the other shit is here staying on tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's kind of where we're at right now. So hopefully we get some music that's gonna last going into 2020. So definitely excited for all of that. Now we talked about football. We talk music. Let's talk hoops. You get the Lakers jersey on. We're about a quarter into the season, and your boys are 20-3, looking real good right now. You want to celebrate your boys right now?
Yeah, I mean, we can hold off on celebrations. I mean, they have the people that were doubting that they were going to do well this year already started off on the wrong foot because they had 2 top 5 players on the roster, and they put veteran defenders and shooters around them. So you're going to expect them to be pretty good. I don't think we expected them to be this good this early.
Right.
So that's a good sign. Even with guys like Avery Bradley's been down, but Caldwell Pope has actually surprisingly stepped up and played really good defense.
Gotta applaud him. Gotta applaud him. We're trying to lock him back up a few weeks ago, but he's turned things around.
Major respect.
So, major respect.
Bullied by Lakers fans all over the internet. And
exactly. Sorry.
That's actually a good point too, because the camaraderie on this team is a major thing I've seen. Just guys like Dwight, who took a non-guaranteed contract to prove his worth and prove his.
Gotta give my respect to Dwight. I was real skeptical at first, but he stepped in and filled his role just how we need him to do so. So
and it just seems like the chemistry is just really great. Guys are playing for each other. They don't really care about just going for their numbers. Like they care about W's. Like Kuzma hasn't been playing well, and they asked him about his fit with the team, and he's like, right now we're 19-3, so it doesn't really matter as long as we're getting the W's. I'm loving what I'm seeing chemistry-wise. I'm loving what I'm seeing on the defensive effort.
Right.
AD's playing like a defensive player of the year. Dwight is coming in right behind him, giving us great minutes. JaVale is giving us a lot of energy. So it's been a great start. And I think right now, I mean, they're the 1 seed in the West right now, but I think they're the clear favorite to win it at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the woes the Clippers have had over the last few weeks. They lost to the Bucks by like 30 or something like that a few days ago.
And, right now.
Yeah, he's crazy. So with other teams kind of up and down, the Lakers are the only kind of steady squad right now besides the Bucks and others. So the Lakers clearly at the top. They're definitely the favorite, and I love that. I mean, it's still weird because
it is.
I still don't feel attached to this team. Like as much fun as I see them having, as much as I love seeing them having their Christmas party the other day, everybody, Rob Pelinka and everybody in their Christmas sweaters and everything.
Shout out Rob Pelinka.
That great picture of them all on the plane doing that photo after the win they had.
Right.
As much fun as I see them having, I watched them. I'm like, this doesn't. Like I still don't feel attached. I don't know what it is. I don't know exactly how to explain it. But
honestly, it might just be LeBron. Like I don't hate him. But he's never been like my guy kind of thing.
That's probably it. I guess you can call us haters, whatever. But as Laker fans, it's still weird for us watching him. So that's just something that we may never get over. But we appreciate what he's doing now.
I appreciate his greatness for sure. Appreciate his leadership. He's actually paying attention and making plays on the defensive end. So I appreciate that too, because you can't really criticize him for that anymore. Last year was horrible, but you see that the attention to detail is there and the care is there. And I think he really wants to prove people wrong who said, like us too, who said like he just came here to film movies and was distracted, wasn't focused on winning. I think he wants to prove the haters and the doubters wrong. So.
Well, I mean, he was airing our projects and shit last year, so that clearly seemed to be the case first year around. But now he has a squad that he likes around him. Now his focus has changed. So is that you think that's more of a knock to the young core that we had before, or is that a knock on LeBron?
I wouldn't say it's a knock on the young core because I think they were giving their 100% effort last year, trying to win games. They just weren't experienced enough, weren't polished enough. We see Brandon Ingram, and he showed us flashes of it last year before he got hurt, that he could be all-star type player. Lonzo's still been struggling a little bit with the injuries in New Orleans, and Josh Hart as well too. So I mean, right now you could definitely say the Lakers won the trade.
Right.
AD, that means, like I said, top 5 player. So maybe a little bit of a knock on LeBron for not giving it his all, but it allowed him to rest up since he missed the playoffs and come back healthy and focused and fresh. So, I mean,
definitely.
It's a little bit of a knock, but if he comes back and wins the championship, I don't know if you can really knock it.
I guess so. So hopefully we see that happen. Hopefully he gets a ring for us and can bring a championship back to LA. Someone he may face in that push is the Celtics. The Celtics have surprised me. Y'all tried to tell me I didn't want to listen. Again, the season does not start till Christmas to me, so we still got time. Yeah. So we shall see. But in this first quarter of the season, Celtics look really good and have proved me wrong for the time being. So, guys, my hat to them and the success they've had so far. They've been doing it without Gordon Hayward, who's been out for the last few weeks with a broken hand, I believe. So now he's back. So he's getting back on Monday, and we'll see how they go from there. But yeah, very interesting to see just around the league. Something I wanted to go to actually, just in general with the league, is that they've been reporting that the NBA ratings across the board have been like drastically down. Like they've been struggling to get views, and I wanted to get your take on why you think that is.
I think a major part of it that hasn't been talked about as much, but should be kind of obvious, is the issue that happened over the summer with China. Because China is like one of the major markets for the NBA. I think like 20% of the revenue or whatever was coming from China. So I know they have definitely like blocked some of the programming of NBA games there too. So I think that takes away a lot of it. I think the NFL has had some really good storylines this year, and a lot of people are paying attention to it that weren't, maybe even some of the people that were like quote unquote protesting for Kaepernick last year that aren't this year, that aren't on that wave anymore. I think a lot of more people are paying attention to the NFL games this year. So maybe once that season concludes, you'll see an uptick, as well as it being post Christmas and teams ramping up. So maybe they'll pay more attention to the NBA February on. We'll see. But what do you think?
I think all you mentioned were all definitely valid points. You mix those in with load management. You mix those in with the social media narrative of everything and how championships are the only thing that matters, and just wait till the playoffs starts to really start watching, because these games don't really matter. All of that, it plays into the effect. The narrative around the NBA is that it's not really in the moment league. It's what's going to happen later on. So it being a future league has kind of messed up their ratings and things as well. Also, the rise of the social media highlight pages and things, where you just go on and see what you want to see, the quick highlights, rather than sit through a whole game, changes things as well. So all of that plays comes into effect in regards to the lessening of the views in the NBA. So I don't know how they would change that, because the fans kind of are the ones that change the narrative. The fans are the ones that kind of made social media the whole the championships matter. They really pushed that whole agenda and made that an NBA thing as well.
The de-emphasizing of the regular season, kind of
all the rankings and things. That's all kind of media and fan made shit. Players they do care about it, but they wouldn't care so much if fans did rub it in their face so much about their rankings and stats and all the fantasy basketball stuff as well. So all of that coming into effect is why the ratings are down. And it's funny because this season is interesting too, because this is heralded as one of the best seasons we're going to get in recent years, because so much parity in the league. But even with that being the case, another thing I wanted to bring up, I mentioned a couple minutes ago just about the Clippers getting blown up by 30 to the Bucks, and that when there's so many games, so many lopsided games, and teams seem to be checking out so early into games and getting blown out. You don't really care to watch the games. It don't matter what players are on the sidelines. You want to see them playing. And when they're getting beat down, it's not fun to watch. So
unless it's a team, people probably aren't watching other games.
Right. So all of that comes into effect, and like I said before, I don't know how they fix that, because fans and things and all the media are kind of the ones that pushed it to where it's gotten. So we'll see how that changes post Christmas.
I've heard talks about the league owners and commissioner have had discussions about potentially doing a mid-season tournament. I really don't like that. I don't know how you feel about that. but I don't know.
I don't like it, but I understand it.
Yeah,
kind of making more
ways to make it more
having more important games in the middle of the season for views and all that kind of stuff. Like I get it, but I'm with you in that I don't really need it. Like I really just give me the finals. That's all. That's what matters most.
I wouldn't be mad at like shortening the season a little, like 60 games or whatever. Like when we had the lockout, it like started on Christmas kind of thing.
Right.
I wouldn't be too mad at that, especially because the off season is what drives a lot of the ratings up too, because people are so focused on what's going to happen on the off season, where player movement and all that. So maybe that could increase. I don't know.
Right. And like it's funny with that because it's like people get so hyped up about the movement, then the movement happens and then you don't watch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like what are you hyped about? Like I get that it's cool to see them on the same squad now, but if you're not going to watch them, like what's the thrill for? So. Right. Yeah, the narrative around the league right now is very interesting. So we'll see how that goes. Also see the interesting the international push that's been going on in the league as well. It's kind of been as a result of the players, but still having the Antetokounmpo and people of that nature, having this overseas movement, these guys coming from overseas and really dominating, that's kind of changed the view of the league as well. When you don't have us being an American-based thing, the reality is if you're not watching guys from your backyard, you're kind of a little bit less interested. So while people do not have are fans of Doncic and those people, when you don't have that connection, that national connection to them, it's a little bit harder to support them as well. So yeah, I don't know how the NBA fixes it, but that's definitely a major factor going on with all the views dropping right now. So we'll definitely see how that plays out.
Yeah, well, we got recruits going top like highly touted recruits going over to play internationally too. So maybe that'll shift things a little bit. Maybe that'll light a fire under the U.S. basketball scene and the NBA as well, and the college scene as well. When you got players going to college to go play professionally in Australia and Turkey and whatever. So maybe that'll shake things up a little bit. I mean, a couple of the guys might be top 5 picks in the NBA this year with Lou Melo and RJ Hampton too. So that could start.
Definitely got to keep an eye open for all of that. That could regain viewers and attracting more of that international audience. But even if not, it's still great to see what they're doing overseas. So good stuff going on. Product-wise, there's good stuff going on in the league, but the results and the numbers-wise, it's been a little bit difficult. So we'll see how it goes, like I said, post-Christmas, and if we see a little bit of a boost once the NFL kind of ends their season and things. So then we're going to keep our eyes on all of that. Then we're going to keep our eyes on just everything going on around the NBA and NFL. Also, this time of the year, we got college football wrapping up. We got the playoffs about to start soon, and we finally have our Final Four. We got LSU at number 1, Ohio State at 2, Clemson at 3, and Oklahoma snuck in after beating Baylor in a shootout, I believe. Yeah. So, what do you think about the Final Four, and what is your prediction about the playoff?
I think they got the Final Four right this year. I don't think there's much argument you can make this year with the top 3 being undefeated and having pretty good strength of schedules, and then Oklahoma only having the 1 loss and beating Baylor in their championship game. So I think it's pretty set that those were the top 4, especially with Alabama losing twice, and then Utah blowing it in the Pac-12 championship game. They didn't have a shot either. So yeah, I think they got it right, and I think it's LSU's championship to lose. Honestly, I think they're a slight nudge above the other 3. Ohio State maybe, but I've seen LSU play a few times this year, and they look too nice. They have, I think, the Heisman.
I like Burrow a lot. Yeah, I like Burrow a lot. Well, I was going to say, though, I kind of made a face when you said that because I honestly think it's Clemson's championship to lose. As the ones, they've kind of been doing the most talking all year long. They feel like they've been disrespected all year long, feel like not getting the same respect as other defending national champions, as other teams as well. They feel like they're a dominant team that does not
They had the weakest schedule of those
four. Sure. And I understand it. That's why they're at 3.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the national champion, for them to be in the spot they were in for most of the year, feeling like they were a loss away from being out of the playoff, for not getting the same love that Alabama would get, for some of the blunders they may have experienced throughout the years, for all of that going on, Clemson feels kind of disrespected. As the national champion last year as well, coming back in with the ability to repeat, I feel like it's theirs to lose. You know, they're the 3 seed. They're the ones that were here last year. They're the one with the generational talent and Trevor Lawrence and all of that. So I think it's really theirs to lose with all the talk they've been doing and the resume they put together over the last few years. So with that, I honestly think they beat Ohio State. I like Ohio State a lot, and I get that Chase Young is dominant, but Clemson feels like it's time to show that we're the best team in the country. It's time to show why we were national champions last year. It's time to show why we have this generational talent, how our generational talent. Trevor Lawrence is better than the right now hot guy in Joe Burrow. I think they're going to step up and at least win the first game. And I think it's going to be Clemson versus LSU. Clemson, LSU in the championship. And then, man, the thing is I like that LSU squad in general. We didn't really talk about USC today, but I'm a big fan of Orgeron still from his days at USC, and I love what he's doing over at LSU. So I think Clemson gets to the national championship game, but that's then where LSU might beat them. So that's my prediction. I got Clemson I got LSU over Clemson in the championship. So
same here.
Definitely excited for all of that. I'm also, even though I say that, I'm very happy for Oklahoma. Big fan of Jalen Hurts and the bounce back he's made this year. Was in the Heisman running for a long while before Joe Burrow really took it and ran away with it. Came back from being benched in the championship for Alabama a year or two ago, and is now looking to try to get one of his own in different uniforms. So definitely love to Oklahoma and Hurts and Buki and TJ Pleasure, who are people that I've known. They played with my brother a while ago. So major love to all of them over there.
Yeah, it would have been dope if he was playing against Alabama, but Alabama couldn't hold up their end of the bargain. So
they were hurt. They were beat down a little bit. They lost their starting linebacker before the season even started, and then Tua went down and things. So they're already depleted, and it just wasn't their year. So I mentioned before how I asked if Saban was a better recruiter than coach, and I don't know if this year verified that. You don't want to take 1 year out of his whole history, but it was interesting to see how this year played out for them because they had a few blunders throughout the year.
Yeah,
even though
LSU was one of those losses because LSU put the hurt on them. So.
Right. So definitely excited for the college football playoff. Definitely excited for all things sports, all things music, as we mentioned before. And I don't really have anything else to add. Honestly, I feel like this is a good bounce back after 3 weeks, especially with me. I mentioned fighting the flu right now. So you got anything else you want to go talk about real quick?
I mean, a lot was made of like Carmelo's return. I thought you'd want to talk about that. So
I just didn't feel like rubbing it in. Like, sometimes you just want to sit back and let things happen. And I kind of told y'all, man. I told y'all that Melo was going to come back and do his thing. Y'all were saying he was fighting for a bottom of the roster spot. Y'all were saying he wasn't there in the year.
Who is y'all?
The media, everybody that said he didn't deserve a spot in the league. Okay. All of y'all. And I will say, even as a fan, he did not deserve that player of the week or whatever he got. He didn't deserve that. I understand it, but that still goes to show that goes to show just his bounce back and just how unexpected his success has been to the media and all of that. Because as a fan, like I've been mentioning for a while, he should have been in the league from he should have never been out of the league. I believe he always had that talent and he's trying to get a chance to show it. He's in a great spot.
The NBA is about the situation for sure.
There's that, but I think Melo. I honestly thought Melo could have fit in a lot of places. I don't think this is just a Portland thing. I think if he was on the Lakers, like we mentioned before, if he was anywhere, he would still be doing close to what he's doing right now. So
I don't like him on this Lakers squad. But
no, I don't.
I was in a situation because the situations in Houston and OKC didn't work out, but he still has the talent clearly.
Right.
So I think a lot of times it's like where you are, the opportunity you get, the opportunities you get on the floor when because he's basically second, third option on Portland. So
until Kevin Love gets there, he's the third best option they got right now.
Yeah.
Kevin Love's on the block. People are talking about him getting traded over there for Whiteside or wherever the case. So we'll see. But yeah, until Kevin Love gets there or Love goes anywhere, Melo is that one of them was the third best option for Portland right now.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job in that spot. So definitely happy for seeing that.
Probably the best fit he could find. Like, I think people were talking about Melo going there a couple years back, or at least a year back.
We mentioned that.
Like, we don't have the money or whatever, but it was like, that could be a good fit for Melo, and not it is. So.
Finally got done, and he's showing out while he's over there. So very happy that he's back in the league and doing his thing. I told y'all he was better than Jared Dudley. Y'all didn't want to listen, but
Jared Dudley was better than Melo.
Well, even if you say he's a better fit on the Lakers, like what has Dudley done on the Lakers to say he's a better fit? Because he hasn't done shit. He's just on the bench clapping.
How would you fit Melo into that rotation?
It's not about fitting into the rotation. It's if you need somebody to come in and you need a bucket from somebody, Melo can get you that bucket. Jared Dudley's not getting you that bucket. Jared Dudley might come in and use all six of his fouls real quick for you if you need six fouls, but that's not as important as putting the ball in the basket. So I'd still rather have Melo, but I'm happy that he's in Portland and getting even better opportunity there.
Yeah.
Leave it at that. So they'd be happy for all of that. Happy for all the success we're seeing across the league. We mentioned Kevin Love is on the trade block. Someone else on the trade block is DeRozan. I mentioned before with
and potentially LaMarcus Aldridge too.
And LaMarcus Aldridge, they're trying to kind of blow up. Also, Dejounte Murray might be on that as well. That's kind of a quiet thing that I saw as well. He might be on the move as well. So trying to blow up that whole Spurs thing and get that thing restarted because it hasn't really been working out. They're still kind of that middle of the pack type squad and haven't had the success that they hoped they would get with the team that they have right now. So with that being the case, do you see them anywhere? I know they're rumored to the Magic, but do you have anywhere you would like to see DeMar?
Where could DeMar thrive? I mean, a crazy one that I saw is like he could go back to Toronto.
I don't think that's crazy. I like that.
I actually like it too. Like I think it's not a bad fit because Siakam is looking mean at that 3-4 spot. You got Lowry coming back from injury, playing pretty well. You got Van Fleet, who's proven he can play in this league.
They would welcome him back with open arms too. That's another point. They love him over there still.
It doesn't matter if he would want to go there too. I don't know if he has a no trade clause, but I don't know if he'd want to go back.
I think he feels disrespected still by Masai Ujiri, so that might be a big factor. But outside of that, I think him and Kyle Lowry would be a great reunion. Him and Siakam would be a nice 1-2 punch, and I think they can make that happen if he's open to it. So that definitely was the name at the top of my list, and we'll see what actually happens. But yeah, a lot of movement could be coming. We have the December 15th deadline where after that, guys start getting moved, all the new signees and whatever the case. So we should see some movement after that. But two of them was all speculation. So very excited for what I'm seeing from the league. For those that are actually watching, we're getting a lot of good headlines, and hope you guys are enjoying it. So, also I wanted to mention just on the NBA note, they making Fizdale the scapegoat in New York is nasty.
Well,
they fired him.
Horribly run organization. For sure.
It's probably run top to bottom right now. Yeah. It's all been a mess. I don't get how you can blame Fizdale when you sign 10 powerful forwards. It's like, come on now. That's not I get that he had some questionable play calling this season in regards to rotations, but like with that roster, what can you really do? So I think he was bound to lose regardless of what he did. So someone who I like to see in that spot, to be honest, and I don't know how he would mesh with management, is Mark Jackson. I think Mark Jackson. I think New York needs somebody to step in and say, "Y'all been fucking up. Let me come in and let's stop the bullshit and get this thing right." I think Mark Jackson would come in and help turn things around over there. Plus, they have guys that I think can be really good. Mark Jackson's more of a defensive coach from what I remember, and I think having a guy like Mitchell Robinson there, I mentioned him as one of the better young defensive guys in the league.
And he might be looking those point guards too with the young Barrett.
Revamping those point guards. Dennis Smith needs some kind of boost. People have been shitting on him for the last few months. I know he's been going through a lot of stuff off the court, but someone like Mark Jackson that can put some faith into him and reinvigorate him will be great. I think RJ Barrett, who's been great on the offensive side all year long, if you can get him some defense, teach him some defense a little bit, he could be good. There's pieces there to work with, and I think if a guy like Mark Jackson got to be in that spot, he would do some good things with them. So put that name out there again. I get that he's kind of in that same kind of black ball situation as we mentioned with a few other people, but if he's given the opportunity, I think he'd do great over there. So
let Pastor Jackson coach.
Amen. Hey. Let the church say amen. Let the man work. Come on now. That's enough. He's a good coach and can get the job done over there. Yeah. So
I've heard Becky Hammond's name come up too, but I wouldn't wish that job on her to start.
No. Yeah. I would love to see her get a head coaching job, but not there. That's rough. That's real rough. So
don't do that to my girl.
Yeah, no. Just anywhere but there. Anywhere but there. So now I don't know if you got anything else now. But I'm done now.
I think we can talk about Harden on another day.
Yeah, he's gonna
keep Harden for a little bit. So
he'll keep dropping 50. There's always gonna be headlines with him, so we can wait on that. But for now, episode 48 is in the books, man. We're finally back in rotation, back with keeping this thing going, and happy that you guys are here for a new episode. So another great episode in the books, and definitely appreciate y'all for sticking around with us. So a couple of shout outs I wanted to do just off the top of the head real quick. I saw my Munich Academy boys, they were on Rosenberg a couple of days ago and freestyling on there and finally getting some more praise. And I'm definitely happy to see that. I mentioned them a few times on here. Got major love for them. I mentioned before, I'm talking to Big Kahuna just about the whole Bills-Ravens game a couple of days today. And definitely happy to see them getting more of a push. So major shout out to them. Also, kind of in the underground wave, Matt Comey had a meeting with Hove. I think that was a few weeks ago. I don't know what resulted from that. I saw the picture floating around. But for the underground to be getting acknowledgement, it's a great feeling. Guys like that who are putting out some of the best music this year, in my opinion, for a little while now. Honestly, for them to getting acknowledgement from the top dogs is great to see. So shout out to Matt Comey. Shout out to Munich Academy on the music side. Then in the NBA. Shout out Melo again. And then also shout out Markelle Fultz. He's trying to turn things around finally, getting things right in the league. Jump shot still a little shaky, but he's producing.
If you're producing.
He's producing, so it don't matter. So definitely love what I'm seeing from him in Orlando and seeing great things there and very happy for him. So those are my shout outs. Also, just lastly, somebody beat Oregon in the women's basketball. I forgot who it was.
Okay.
When we shouted out Oregon a few weeks ago for being the USA team,
right?
They got dropped by somebody else a few weeks ago. So I'm blanking, and I apologize. I'll get it right later on. But whoever that was that beat Oregon, major love to y'all. I'm sorry for blanking on the name. It's been a few days, but when you had Oregon, who was heralded as the best team, to lose somebody else, like you gotta show them love as well. So those are all my shout outs. I had a few to make up for a few weeks, but those are my shout outs for today.
I'll shout out U of A basketball. It's just their first loss of the year, so that hurts to Baylor. But they're not at one.
Perfection's not the goal. Championships are the goal. You can lose a game or two. It's okay. Just get us to the Final Four. That's all we care about. So it's okay to lose today. Lose a win or two. It's all right.
Nico Mannion is special.
Whoa! You're putting the Rashad Phillips special on him. You're putting that special on him.
He's special.
All right, we gonna see, man. I've tuned in a little bit. You
gotta watch some games. He's out the court.
I've seen some clips, but I didn't know we were going that level. So we gonna see. All right. I'm always to that. We gonna see, man. Definitely excited to watch how that all unfolds. Excuse me. But now episode 48 is in the books, man. Appreciate y'all. Find us everywhere. Find us on IG Section.300. Find us on Twitter at Section.300 Pod. Find us here on YouTube. Subscribe to our page. Drop comments. Show love. However you do so. Rate, review, subscribe. All the good stuff on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. So appreciate y'all for coming back and checking us out again. We got a lot of great stuff lined up to go into 2020, and very happy that you guys are back with us. So episode 48 is in the books, man. We appreciate y'all, and we out of here. Appreciate y'all. Peace.